Welcome back to the channel Tarot Yogi. I'm Vinit. I read tarot intuitively, and today we're doing another timeless pick a card reading on what is your destiny, what are fated events that are meant to occur in your life. So we have three piles to choose from. Pile number one, we have the Knight of Mages. Pile number two, we have the Magician. Pile number three, we have the Knight of Alchemists. So take a minute, see what pile is being called to you intuitively. The description box below will have the timestamp for your pile. And again, remember, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. It really helps the channel grow. It really helps people who really need these readings reach them. So please like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you want to reach out for a private reading, you can definitely do that. My email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below. And I will see you guys in your reading. Thank you. Hey, pile number one, if you chose the Knight of Mages card, this is going to be a reading on what is your destiny. So we're asking angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ascended masters, star family today. What is pile number one's destiny? What are the fated events? What are the fated events meant to occur for pile number one? Okay, pile number one, we have the Knight of Mages, Four of Cups, Knight of Wands, the Hermit, Four of Swords, Page of Cups, Three of Cups, Ten of Cups, the Emperor, and Temperance. Okay. Pile number one, let's start with the fact that you have been born with a great amount of emotional intelligence, and not just emotional intelligence, but also like a high IQ. You're very well balanced in your masculine and your feminine. And I think what has happened here is people have often misunderstood you, and that has made you feel very bored at times because people were just not at your level, to be very honest. And what this has done is, at some level, you have stopped being as accountable as you used to be towards things that you used to feel very passionate about. But I feel that the passion has sort of snuffed out just because you haven't been appreciated, and just because you haven't been watering your garden the way it needs to be, for the very special flower that you are over here is what I'm seeing. And by that, what I mean is you've perhaps even let go of certain opportunities, but I want you to know that the opportunities for you will never end. And I think a lot of your destiny in this lifetime has to do with letting go of everything that you have always known and to embrace something a little more higher and a little more divine. Because even in the Knight of Mages card, the magician is basically burning his magical books and embracing God. And you don't have to be religious, it could just be you embracing a higher calling, a higher purpose, something where you're not as self-centered as you used to be, but you're also sort of understanding the ripple you create in the world. And you sort of being more proactive in making the choice to have a more positive ripple effect in the world. Because you're coming up here as the Emperor. Need I say more? It doesn't matter if you're a male or a female. You're very much in your divine masculine, and your divine masculine has a lot to do with your destiny in this lifetime. So if you aren't already in a place where you're leading over a group of people, just know that you're meant to be. And that is pretty much the reason why you have been reincarnated in this lifetime. You're meant to rule, and you're not just meant to rule with like an iron fist, but you're meant to rule with compassion and love. So I think a lot of experiences that you have gained in your life that you may not be able to account for or even digest at times have prepared you and are preparing you to step into this natural leadership role that you were always meant to be. And most leaders aren't people who think that they're leaders, because most people who want to be leaders are driven by their ego, and you are not. And that exactly is the reason why you are a perfect leader over here. So I think the more you start following your higher calling, the more that will naturally bring you in alignment with your divine rulership over here, which is the Emperor, So I think you will come out of your boredom at one point of time in your life where I think you will be like, enough is enough. I need to take charge. I need to at least be responsible for the things I can control. And I think this is going to ignite a deep fire within you that you will have to sort of, you will only be able to contain this fire by doing something about it. You're not just going to be sitting here on your behind, so to speak, and you will take charge. And I think you will reach a point in your spiritual journey where you will sort of realize that there is only so much you can do with anything, any person, any place, any given situation, any circumstance. And I think the cue for you here would be whenever things are going wrong externally, when things are just not going your way, that is an invitation and an indication for you to go inwards. Because we have the Hermit here, we have the Knight of Wands and Hermit, So I'm hearing home is where we gather grace. So you will sort of realize that your home has always been within you, and you sort of create it wherever you go. And you will also realize that you do have a safe haven within you. And you can access that wherever you are, whenever you are, no matter how stressed you are, no matter how messed up you get, you can always access this safe space within you to introspect and to just be a very healing space. So I think what you need to take from this reading is, if things are not going your way, if things are not going as planned, don't go against the resistance, just embrace it. And I think this lifetime has a lot to do with you sort of burning out your bad karma, so you can accumulate more positive karma. And it's a very clear indication for here is to take time out for introspection whenever you can, because that will be very, very helpful. That will sort of aid you more in your conquest over here. And I'm picking up that you are a very hardworking bunch, pile number one. So I think from time to time, you need to learn to just tap out and not burn yourself out, because the passion that you have, it may sort of burn you out. I'm picking up very fire cardinal energy, I'm picking up very Aries like an energy, and you don't have to be an Aries, it's just that very cardinal spark of having to do things. And I think you may even try to project a more masculine, a very sturdy, a very strong, composed self to the world, and that is very necessary given in the environment you are. But you need to understand pile number one, and what will help you along your destiny path is, the more you sort of embrace your inner child and don't shut it out, the more you sort of embrace your inner child over here, the stronger you will be able to step into your own masculine, your divine masculinity, so to speak, over here. Your masculine role doesn't matter if you're a male or a female or anything in the middle over here. You're meant to have a very commanding force, not in the way that you have to go and shout out, that you're a leader or something. People will naturally want to listen to you. So I feel communication is also very big over here, because I'm seeing a lot of blue. So your throat chakra is very prominently powerful, and I think you've always had a very powerful throat chakra. So I think the more responsible you get about using your voice and helping voice issues that truly need attention, the more you'll be able to step into your power and your confidence over here. So I think you really need to work on your third chakra and your fifth chakra, which is your throat chakra, and your Manipura chakra, which is your solar plexus. So I think your confidence and your ability to communicate are very interlinked. So my advice for you would be over here to move the energy in your body at least once a day. It doesn't matter how you do it. You have to sweat at least 15-20 minutes a day. It will help you a lot. And do some sort of ab workout. It really helps with confidence. So you need to really boost your confidence. And I see that you're not the kind of person who's afraid of being alone. You love your company, you enjoy your company a lot. But if you're alone right now, I just want you to know that great times are coming in, great times are rolling in. You will be able to celebrate with equal-minded people. And I feel here, pile number one, you've probably had to settle for a lot of people just because you didn't want to be alone. Just know that all the healing you have been doing has been paying off, and you will be able to celebrate with equals who will truly value and see how special you are. And I feel this recognition has never been given to you, so you cannot even give it to yourself. But the more you start giving it to yourself, the more you'll be able to attract people who will give it to you. You will attract people who see you for who you are. Because I feel you have been very misunderstood all your life. And I also pick up that you haven't had a happy home growing up. So I just want you to know that having a happy home is very much in your destiny over here. You most likely probably had dysfunctional parents, something along those lines, or you didn't have parents or something like that. You didn't grow up in a very stable home environment, or it wasn't very happy. I just want you to know that in this lifetime, it is your destiny to have a very loving, happy home. You're meant to have kids if you want kids, or it could be something you create with your soulmate or twin flame over here, because I'm picking up you do have a very strong twin flame soulmate energy coming through over here. And I think you are meant, you sort of meant to create something very beautiful with your soulmate and your twin flame. So you will come together finally when you start stepping into your own divine rulership over here, because you're meant to lead. And I think you understand that in order to truly lead, you have to lead by example. There is no other way. You have to make your life a moving prayer, and that's what you're doing. You're making your life an endless poem here, so to speak. So you will at times feel out of balance, but you just need to know you have all the tools at any given time to come into balance. So there's nothing that is going to be beyond your jurisdiction here, so to speak. And I think you will also realize this about your own destiny, that it is not just about you, it is something greater than you. And the more you sort of understand this just within yourself, the greater and easier it will be for you to really step into your leadership, because all the greatness, it's not going to come from outside, it's already within you. You're just going to be able to dig it out. You're almost going to be able to transform from all the fire that is burning so brightly within you. And once you sort of even understand that it's so you understand the importance of your own domain, you will very fiercely fight for it. So you're definitely meant to take charge in this life, and you're meant to lead by example. And that is not easy. That is not an easy task over here. And free will, the thing about free will is, even when we're following our free will, we're sort of playing into the hands of our destiny. Think about it. Everything you have sort of done, which you thought would take you farther away from your path, has only pushed you closer and in more alignment to what you're meant to do. And I think you will understand this more and more as you walk into your true path that you're meant to walk into in this life, the highest pinnacle for you to be in this life. The highest divine plan you have here, and it is very, very powerful. So I think at some point you will, like I said, get off your backside and take charge. And that is going to be the most amazing thing. You're not just going to be doing for yourself, but for others. And the more you realize this, like I said, it'll be easier, because you're going to have a great impact, so it's not so much in your hands. And I think this is also going to be a test and a journey within your own personal faith. And the thing about faith, I always say on my channel is, blind faith is very dangerous, whether you're religious or not. It's truly about earning your faith, and I think that is what you're going to do on your divine mission over here. So you do have a very powerful destiny, and you have it within you. You have all the courage within you to go for it. Because courage is not about not feeling the fear. You still feel the fear, and you still go marching right ahead in the face of it all. And I see you doing this. You're going to change a lot of your own ways of being, and I think this is going to surprise you as well. So you're in for a treat. You're going to learn something new about yourself, and trust me, I learn something new about myself every day. So you need to understand that the sky is the limit over here with how much you want to conquer. It's truly up to you how shackled you want to be. And the thing about destiny is it's not so much a choice. Like I said, even if you're acting out of free will, it's just going to push you further and further along your destined path. Whether you see this about yourself right now or not, but you will eventually understand this. So I think coming in balance is also going to be very, very important over here. So don't let go of your personal balance. And being in balance means very different thing in 1 minute than the next. Your balance has to be very dynamic because you yourself are changing. So you have to make sure you don't stagnate. That is going to be very, very, very important over here. We'll shuffle some oracle. Anything I missed? That's a lot of cards. But we'll take this. And we'll take this. We have awakened awareness and vulnerability. So awakened awareness reads, there are many levels of awakening. Keep learning and putting yourself into situations where you can grow. Stay aligned with your inner guidance and do what you love to keep your vibe high. Seek not instant pleasure but substantial and unsustainable joy. Eat healthily, keep your body active and have goals but with enough space to hear the answer to your prayers. Find your unique way to connect to the divine inside you, not as an external seeking but as a receptive allowing. Be inspired to see the question at hand with a different perspective. Look between the lines for a deeper interpretation. So I think that's very powerful, and like I said, you're going to leave a lot of ways of being, and once your third eye opens, you just can't go back to how your life was. You're going to change a lot. You're going to change a lot, and it's going to be for the best, even if you don't see it in the moment. And the thing about growth is you're never going to grow if you are comfortable. And I'm a Taurus. I'm saying that. You will not grow. And let me tell you, there's nothing more unattractive than having stunted growth. To not have aged along with your actual physical age. You don't want to run around being a man-child. That is disgusting. And we have vulnerability, which reads, when we are all truly honest with ourselves, in all our facets, we are vulnerable. That honesty is an important step in discovering our shadow and bringing them into light for healing. When we share our vulnerabilities with others, we allow them to glimpse a deeper part of ourselves. Be vulnerable with yourself and others. It may be time to step into the role of a healer and hold space. Holding space means being fully present without judgment in a way that provides a safe and a nurturing environment. Here, guards are dropped and a deeper level of awareness and relating can unfold, and profound healing can take place. So, like I said, in order for you to truly be in your divine masculine energy, you will have to not just make peace with your inner child, but make your inner child very, very happy that you haven't been able to. And you have it within you to heal your inner child, and not just heal your inner child, but make your inner child very, very happy. So the more you embrace your own feminine, the more it will help you dominate in your masculine presence. If that makes sense. You really have to integrate your own inner femininity, and you also have to integrate your inner child, and that is just going to make you the most invincible person out there. So I think that is very, very powerful. And we're using the dragon deck, and we have a dragon on the oracle as well. So I think you need to know that yes, at times you will be going in circles, but what you are doing is you are ascending to a higher level. You're going to have a lot of spiritual awakenings in this one lifetime. You're going to have a lot of rebirths while being alive. It's like being pushed out of the birth canal. It's very painful, and you're going to be so conscious of it, and you're going to be more aware of it, and that's just going to help you get more compassionate in your leadership. So just know that things are very much happening for a reason, you know. And I'll shuffle more oracles, see if we have any general messages. We have the card which reads trust, you know. So I think you may be seeing a lot of synchronicities, a lot of signs, a lot of angel numbers, and that is basically your higher self trying to communicate with you. And it's really powerful. And I can say this personally, being on my own spiritual journey, that the deeper you sort of go down the spiritual rabbit hole, the more you are invested in knowing yourself, the synchronicities are going to get crazier and crazier and crazier. You know, so I think you're getting the signs, and you may get confused about the signs, but what those signs mean for you is they should relax you, and they should really help you surrender everything, because there's nothing you can ever control, especially when it comes to your destiny, right? So like I said, it's going to be a personal test in trust. And the more you just trust and do your bit, and then leave the rest to God, or any higher power you believe in, the easier it will be for you to come in alignment with your destiny, and it will just reduce your baggage. So I think you truly need to trust, because your higher self is working so closely with you, and all the signs you are seeing, you know, it's just a sign of that. And you are going to transform a lot. You're not going to be who you have been. So I think that is something you truly need to embrace over here. Any other messages? Yeah, so that's all I have for pile number ones. Again, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. It helps the channel grow, and it really helps people who truly needed these readings to reach them when the algorithm picks it up. So, you know, please like, share, subscribe, comment. And if you want to reach out for a private reading, excuse me. If you want to reach out for a private reading, you can definitely do that. My email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below, so you can definitely reach out, and I will see you guys in your reading. Thank you. And excuse me for sneezing. Hey, pile number two, if you chose the Magician card, this is going to be a reading on what is your destiny. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ascended master, star family, help me tap into what is pile number two's destiny. What fated events are going to occur in pile number two's life? Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ascended master, star family, we thank you so much for these clear, concise, and accurate messages. We thank you for always guiding us, especially when we need it the most. What is pile number two's destiny? Okay, pile number two, we have the Wheel of Fortune, Four of Cups, Four of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, Keeper of Pentacles, which is Queen of Pentacles in this deck, Six of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and the Tower, and we have the Magician. So pile number two, what I'm getting here is you probably grew up not having everything you wanted. You probably grew up not having all your even basic needs met, is what I'm getting. And I feel that that is a very fated event in your life, because you sort of had to be taught the bad things before the good things, is what I'm picking up. You know, so you've probably had a very difficult time growing up. You probably were bullied a lot, or you grew up in a dysfunctional house, or you didn't get the kind of love and nurturance that you needed. And I feel the more you grew up, the more you felt out of control, and you perhaps became a little nihilistic as you kept growing up. But what I'm seeing here is there is going to be, you're going to reach a point of time, you're going to reach a time in your life at a given point where things will really change. You know, I feel you have sort of been at the bottom of the Wheel of Fortune, but I feel things will sort of magically happen where you will be at the top of the wheel. And I feel you had to be in survival mode for a very, very long time, which has sort of made you a little bored. And I'm seeing that you're a very, very hard worker over here. I'm picking up a very strong earth energy, earth sign energy, so you could be any of my Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or you could have any of those prominent placements, you know. But you've had a very difficult time growing up. It wasn't easy, and the things you have survived, most people wouldn't survive. And you need to know that nothing is beyond your jurisdiction, and there's a reason you survived all that. There is a reason your life has been so difficult, and what I'm picking up here is you don't have to be a tarot reader or an astrologer or something, but whether you're spiritual or not, you're meant to be a teacher in this life, and you're meant to help people through your teachings, through what you have to say. It's very, very important. And I feel you've been in a lot of relationships which haven't worked out for you, but I just truly want you to know that you have a twin flame or soulmate, however you identify with, you do have it, but I'm strongly picking up a twin flame energy over here. And you haven't met your twin in the earlier part of your life, and this is very much related to your destiny, is so you would complete a lot of your soul contracts before you meet your twin flame. It's like you and your twin flame, before taking birth in this life, you had sort of decided that you would meet each other when you're like above 25 years of age. So you probably didn't grow up together, and what I'm picking up here is your twin flame may be like foreign. You may have like a very different culture than them. You could be like you could be like a biracial couple or something along those lines, or a same-sex couple. So I just really want you to know that you have an equal coming towards you, and I feel you will meet this person when you finally use your gifts. And I'm strongly, so you're showing up here as a magician. Whether you practice magic or not, you are a magician, which means what you say is very powerful, your thoughts are very powerful, you can get whatever you want. Anything you put your mind to, you can have it. But you just truly have to believe whether you can actually have it or not. And I feel you have been given very special psychic gifts. So I'm picking up, this is my tarot reader pile, this is my astrologer pile, this is my Reiki healer, psychic, yoga teacher, Tai Chi pile. Or even if you're not none of those things, you could practice alchemy, or you could be interested in alchemy, or you could you have a very special gift that you're meant to be seen in the world doing it, and you're meant to help people with it. We have this magician over here who's sort of practicing his magic out in the open, and a magician traditionally is the person who's sort of the bridge between heaven and earth. He's sort of like, he understands God's will in the world, and manifests things accordingly. And the thing about manifestations is you are a very powerful manifester, but having said that, you need to understand that you will only be able to manifest what is for your highest good. You're not going to be able to manifest dysfunctional patterns unless you have a negative karmic charge that needs to be released. So whatever you say will happen. And I think what you need to do is you need to firstly be more conscious, and being more conscious will help you be more accountable for what you're inviting and releasing out of your life. And I think this is very, very important for you. And I feel you are sort of God's favorite. God has put you in the world to hold you up as a mirror to people. And not everyone is chosen to be a mirror. And let me tell you, you will get a lot of hate. Not everyone will like you, but people who will really like you will be inspired by you, and they will want to walk in your footsteps, or walk alongside with you, or you would inspire them to walk in their own journey. And there are going to be people who will just not want to heal. They will want to be in the same place that they have always been. They don't want to ascend. And it's going to be a very difficult lesson for you in your life right now, but you have to truly learn to let those people go, because they're just getting in the way of your destiny. And the more you release these people, and I feel a lot of these people have been taken out of your life, but even if they're lingering around, it is up to you to block them, cut cords, because that's very, very important. You need to understand the impact you have on other people. And I think the more you start understanding that, the easier it will be for you to come into alignment with your destiny, because you are not like most people, pile number 2, and that is a blessing. Let me tell you, that is a blessing. I'm picking up a very past life energy, a very heavy past life energy over here. So like I said, I feel you and your twin couldn't be together in your past life. That's why you're coming together in this life. So if you're single, I just want you to know your person is almost there. And the reason you're not able to manifest your person yet is because, hello, divine timing, we have the Wheel of Fortune. And not just divine timing, you have to heal parts of yourself, because you need to understand when the twin flame connection manifests. It's going to be the most triggering thing you have ever experienced. It's going to be more triggering than all the narcissists you've dealt with combined, you know. So focus on healing, because when you meet your twin, you're going to be accelerated more into your healing journey. And if you're psychic, if you're a medium, your gifts themselves will become more sharp and more pronounced, you know. And you will just know that this is your person. And I just want you to know that you're meant to come together with your twin flame, not just for this, but for the sake of coming together, but you're meant to create a legacy that is bigger than not just both of y'all and your family, but it's it's truly a higher purpose, because it's going to affect a lot of people in the process. But I think the most important lesson here is for you to not be bored, for you to not be dissuaded by your passions, and for you to take time out and take enough rest when the need be, because I see that you're a very hard workers. And yeah, so I'm seeing here that you guys are very hard workers. Like I said, you couldn't be any of my earth signs, but I just want you to know that it's important for you to take rest and not burn yourself out and not bore yourself out, because you're going to be divinely inspired. So you're never going to run out of inspiration, creativity, ideas. You know, there's always going to be people you can help. So try not to get bored and try not to be burnt out. And I feel a lot of y'all need to get enough sleep. And I would say a lot of y'all need to meditate, because I feel if you haven't even tried meditation, you have the aptitude for it. And let me say, most people don't have the aptitude to meditate. You know, most people are just too chaotic to sit in one place. But you have it within you to sit and meditate in one place. And trust me, how the way it will benefit you, nothing you ever can in this life. Let me say this. The emphasis, it's going to be the best thing you can do for yourself. So please meditate. You have the aptitude for it. It's like not everyone can draw, not everyone can sing, right? Not everyone can meditate, but you can. So please use it. Use it to further yourself and accelerate your own spiritual growth and journey and healing. And I want you to understand that you have been purposely put into situations which were very unsavory and unfavorable for you, so you would realize your ability to create beauty anywhere and out of anything. You know, I'm picking up a very creative energy, and the Keeper of Pentacles is all about that. You know, she sees that there's beauty even in the most ugliest things, and she brings it out. You know, she helps that beauty that is already pre-existent as existent blossom. And I feel you're very generous and helpful, and I feel to a fault. You know, you may even at times find yourself in a place where you probably shouldn't have helped a bad person, but you just do it out of the goodness of your heart. And you have the ability to create. And I really want you to understand that you have the ability to create everything out of nothing. So just know that you're never running out of tools. And the magician has all the tools. He's in perfect control of all the four elements and spirit. And that's why he's the master of the elements. He can create anything at his will. And you need to understand that you are a magician or a witch, however you choose to identify. You know, you really have this ability within you. You can get anything you want if you truly believe in it. You know, you can create beauty wherever you go. And all of a sudden my throat is like getting blocked. So I feel a lot of y'all need to speak your truth. And the more you speak your truth, the more it'll help you come into alignment. And it doesn't matter if you ruffle some feathers. It's not your problem. You have to speak your truth and you have to walk in your truth, no matter what the cost be. I think that's going to be very important, because you may not even realize, but you're going to be touching so many other people's lives just by walking in your divine path over here, pile number 2. And I feel at times when you yourself may fall out of course, you will be redirected. You know, we have the Tower card here, so it's okay. I feel you've had to grow a lot and you had to learn a lot on the way. And you need to know that you're truly blessed, because not everyone gets redirected from their path. But you do, because you know you're very close to the divine, you're very close to the source. And every time your life is uprooted, I truly want you to know that it is for the best. Rejection is protection. You're being redirected to where you truly need to be. And I think you are also the kind of person who will go through something and they will actually learn lessons from that, because there are a lot of people who just go through life, go through the most messed up things and never learn anything. And that is very sad. That is stunted growth. That is not attractive at all. But I don't feel you are that. I feel you even learn from other people's mistakes. You're very vigilant like that, which is great. And I feel you need to understand that every time you go through something really messed up, it is for the best, because you're basically clearing out the bad karma and you're getting some good karma in exchange. And when you have enough good karma, it's going to manifest into great abundance. And I feel stability is something that you're very, very insecure about. I feel money has always been an issue, no matter how hard you work. But I just want you to know that you have money in your destiny. You're meant to be very, very stable. You're meant to have great stability in this life. Even if you have it right now or not, you're moving towards that. So spoiler alert, money is not going to be an issue. Stability is not going to be an issue. You're going to have the house you always wanted. So just remove all that and just try to enjoy the process more, because it's something your soul truly signed up for, and you're going to expand and grow in ways you couldn't even imagine. I feel right now you're very not aware of how powerful you are. Yeah, so like I was saying, I don't think right now you realize the extent of your own magical power. And I think the more you just be accountable and responsible, the more access you will be given. And I'm strongly picking up, you may perhaps have your major planets in the 12th house, and I have most of my planets in the 12th house. And that basically means that you do have a lot of past life ties. And the more you sort of try to understand your past life, you will be able to understand your destiny in this life, because it's sort of like accumulation of everything that couldn't come into completion. And another very important thing about past lives, 12th house situation, is you learn something new about yourself every day. I learn something new about myself every day, and that a lot has to do with just not getting in your own way, just expanding the boundaries of your own self and your own ego every day. So the more you embrace the external upheavals in your life, and you actually see that they're actually a blessing, the easier it will be for you. The easier it will be for you to walk in your destined path over here. Like I said, you're very, very close to the divine, so no one can really harm you. No evil eye, no black magic, no hexing is really going to work. No black magic, no hexing, no evil eye is really going to work towards you, because you're so close to the divine. And not everyone has that privilege, by number two. Let me say that. So like I said, keep doing in the hard work. You feel like giving up, don't. I just want you to know that you're almost there. Everything you put out, all your efforts, all your niceness, it'll come back to you in ways you can't even imagine. So don't give up and don't get bored, and don't fall into a rut. Even if you get too comfortable doing what you're doing, change it up, switch it up. You really have to switch it up, because you're the kind of person who probably wouldn't do something unless they're passionate about it. So it's also your personal responsibility to be passionate about something that you started in the first place, and not burn out as time passes. So I feel that is going to be a very, very important lesson for you here, pile number two. Like I said, I'm picking up a very strong past life energy, so you're very much here to clear out a lot of your past life karma in a very heavy sense. And I feel the more you ascend, the closer you will get to meeting your twin flame, because it's very much in your destiny to be with your twin flame and no one else. And I know most people don't believe in that, or people don't want to believe in that, or sure, you can be happy with anyone you choose to, but there is a reason that that person is your twin, right? And what I'm seeing here is you're going to come together and create a beautiful legacy. You're very much going to do that over here. So just know that when you come together, there's a higher purpose as to why you're coming together. It's not just about being in love. It's about experiencing the most divine kind of love there is, and and extending that to other people as well. The love is just going to pour out of both of y'all as a unit. I see that both of y'all are going to create a very beautiful legacy for times to come over here, and you're meant to heal the collective together. In whatever way you choose to do it, it's going to happen. It's a part of your destiny over here. Shuffle some oracle. We have journey to wholeness, ether, and radical expansion. Radical expansion reads, it is time for radical ways of being and thinking, so you can start by granting yourself the freedom and creativity to be you. Unleash your inner rainbow dragon unapologetically, claim your heart-based empowerment and radiantly unconventional gifts. Like I said, you can be as big as your energy wants to be. Let go of limiting stories and take up all the space you need. Have fun unlearning, unleashing who you are. As bold and radical as your ideas or offering might be, they could be just what the world is waiting for what the world wants. Be the masterpiece your soul always wanted you to be. So I think that's very powerful and very self-explanatory. I think you need to stop being your biggest enemy. And we have journey to wholeness. Love from a sense of wholeness. We may have concepts of others that are not really who they are due to subconscious projections or ideals. We could have the idea that we will feel better about ourselves when we achieve our goal or status. This takes us out of the present and puts conditions on love. Hold the vision that you and others are already perfect. Thus, we can heal through transformative power of acceptance. Acknowledge the full spectrum and bring any fractured parts back to the present moment. Here we are whole and empowered to step into the brightest version of ourselves. So I think that also explains itself very well. And we have ether, which reads the seamless unspeakable. This illuminated space of no distraction and pure potential is beyond the threshold. It is a centered and present place where all dreams are birthed. From here, you can choose where to go. What may be perceived as endless nothingness is illuminated eternal. The core that all fears may be peeled back to. Step through the darkness and realize it is only a short distance from the white void of the center of creation. Herein lies the feeling that you may have been striving to meet, yet subconsciously running from. In the graceful surrender, know that you are held and drop deeper into existence. So I think your destiny has a lot to do with you just learning who you truly are, and therefore being able to unleash your power in its highest potential and highest form. Because, like I said, you are a mirror. You have been put into people's lives for a reason. You don't just meet people for the sake of it. And I think the more you sort of understand your own great destined path, the more fun it'll be for you, because things are going to happen regardless, which are not in your control. And yes, there is free will, but let me tell you, even when you're acting out of free will, it only pushes you further and further into alignment with your destined path. So think about it. Think about everything that you did to sort of stray from your path. It has only pushed you further in alignment. So I think what we really need to let go of is a notion to control and micromanage things. We don't need to know how certain things are going to happen. They're just going to happen. So don't take the joy out of the present, like the card said. You truly just need to embody being present the way you are right now. And that's exactly where you need to be, and no time is running out for you. Shuffle more oracle. Anything I missed away? We have the card which reads let go. So I think what you need to understand is the more you're able to let go and make space, the more you'll be able to reduce your karmic baggage so new things can come in. I feel you have a lot of ancestral wealth, a lot of generational wealth just waiting to drop into your lap. But you are in the midst of clearing some very heavy karmic baggage, and it's not easy. You've dealt with a lot of narcissists. You've let a lot of parasitic leech leech off your energy of your own light. And I think what you need to do is you just need to bask in your own light and your own glory. And the more you do that, the more easier it'll be for you to let go of things, especially of all the attachments that you carry to your even to the older version of yourself. You're very attached to who you used to be, not just people that you used to be with. At times we're more attached to who we were, and it's kind of ridiculous if you think about it. If you really sit and rationalize your attachments, you will sort of realize that you don't need attachments. And I think that is what this card is truly telling you. You truly have to sit and meditate, and in meditation you will reach a space within yourself where you will be able to detach and let go, and create space for new things to come in. I think that is truly the message over here, because you are a very, very powerful manifestor, whether you like it or not. So the more conscious you become and the more self-aware you become, the more mindful you become, the more powerful you will be in this life. So you truly don't need to stress. You need to know that things are happening. Everything is happening for you. Things are just working out for you. There's a lot happening behind the scenes. The unseen forces are doing a lot to get to where you truly are meant to go in this life. And just your story arc. If you were in an anime and if you were a character, just your anime character arc would be like so epic. So you need to really see yourself like that. You really have to embody that, because you are already that. All you have to do is see that about yourself. Things are always hidden in plain sight. So I think that is truly the message over here. Any other messages? Yeah, so that's all I have for pile number 2. Again, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. It truly helps the video reach people who truly need it. And if you want to reach out for a private reading, you can definitely do that. My email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below. I'm taking private readings at this time, so you can definitely reach out for a private reading, and I will see you guys in the next reading. Thank you. Hey, pile number 3, if you chose the King of Alchemists card, this is going to be your reading on what is your destiny. So we're asking angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ascended masters, star family today. What is pile number 3's destiny? What are fated events meant to occur in pile number 3's life? We thank you for the clear, concise, and accurate messages, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ascended masters, star family. We thank you for always guiding us, especially when we need it the most. What is pile number 3's destiny? Okay, pile number 3, we have the King of Alchemists, we have 4 of Wands, 10 of Cups, Queen of Swords, 5 of Wands, Knight of Discs, the Hermit, the Fool, 7 of Discs, and Queen of Discs. Okay, pile number 3, what I'm getting here is your destiny in this lifetime very much has to do with self-mastery. You're going to gain a sense of, you're firstly going to gain a sense of self, of who you truly are, which is a very big deal because most people don't know who they are. But it is destined for you to know who you are, and it is very important because when you finally realize who you are, you're going to help other people also transform, and you're going to help other people also look in the right place for what they need to look at. You're not going to be like forcing anyone to change, is what I mean. They're just going to show people the way which way they need to go to find the gold, if that makes sense. And keeping with the gold metaphor here, we have the King of Alchemists, and the King of Alchemists is very similar to the Magician card. You may feel like seeing pile number 2. We had the Magician for pile number 2, so we have a very similar energy over here where the alchemist has reached a point where there's no more alchemy he can do. He has gone through all the tools. He's done anything and everything he can possible for him to do as an alchemist. And now he's sort of turning to God. He's turning to a higher source. He's turning to the universe itself. And I feel this is what you are going to be doing. And I feel this is your destiny. You're going to You're going to be mastering your passion to the T, and then there will be a point where you will just drop what you're so passionate about, and you will even go deeper into your spirituality, if that makes sense. And this is going to happen at the right time. It's a very divinely guided thing. So it's truly not in your hands, so to speak. And I think you will naturally reach a point in your life where there's nothing more for you to master in the realm of where you are. So you will naturally want to ascend higher. And the King of Alchemists card is also a lot about you. It's also a lot about you sort of looking to God for answers. So I feel your ancestors, your spirit guides, your angels are very, very close to you. You may be seeing a lot of signs, synchronicities, and it's basically your higher self in constant contact with you. Your higher self is in constant contact with you, and the deeper you go into your spirituality, I feel this bunch is very spiritual. I feel all three piles were spiritual, but I feel this pile especially is is very occult and very esoteric. So I feel the more you just dive into the deep end, the more you will be guided. So I want you to know that you are being heavily guided, even if you feel very, very alone right now. You have never been alone. You're so loved by the divine that you're getting constant signs and synchronicities. You're getting constantly bombarded with things that you should just see, and that should just relax you and take off all the anxiety, because you truly have to surrender on your path. I don't think you have to understand how everything is going to be worked out. Spoiler alert, you're going to have a beautiful home. You're going to have a loving home. You're going to probably marry your soulmate or your twin flame over here. And all of this will only happen if you allow. And I feel what you truly need to do is you need to allow your angels, ancestors, spirit guides to come into your life and help you. You have to ask for help. You have to ask for things. You are a very powerful manifester, and I feel everything that you have gone through, it has been a journey of self purification. You have been baptized through fire, and this pile especially, I'm really picking up. Your spirit guides are very, very close to you. Your ancestors, your angels are very, very, very close to you, and they're very proud of you. They're really proud of how far you have come, and just how you're willing to go all the way. You're very resilient, and everything you've gone through has made you more resilient, exactly to be where you're truly meant to go. And I feel you're very much on that path. So if you're very alone right now, and I feel you are, you've become very bitter, you've become very cold, you don't know who you can trust anymore. I just want you to know that the right people are coming in, and you only have so much conflict in your life, so you can understand that you're actually a trailblazer. You will not realize your own personal strength and comfort. You will not grow in comfort. You will only grow when you're out being uncomfortable, and you're also being comfortable being so uncomfortable at for extended periods of time over here. So what you truly need to do is you need to hold your vision, and remember why you started something in the first place. We have the Knight of Discs. So you truly need to take your time with things, and you sort of have to understand that greatness is not going to be achieved in a month or a week or even a year. You're going to have to put in ceaseless time and effort, and I think you will, and I know you will, because I think you finally understand the sense of delayed gratification. We have the Hermit card over here, so I really want to say that if things are going astray in your external life, if things are really going crazy, if things are like, the more you sort of try to resist something, and you're sort of going against the flow, please stop that, because your external life is only getting chaotic, and that is pretty much a sign for you to go inwards. I don't even know why you're listening to this tarot reading, because honestly, I feel you are so divinely guided that you don't need to listen to tarot readings. You just need to be quiet and listen to your own self, because you very much have it within you. You don't even need this confirmation. Pile number three, that's what I'm really getting, because you are a very wise old soul. You know, even where you are right now, it is because of everything you've done in your past lives. Past life energy is coming on very, very strongly over here. So you need to know that all the answers and all the greatness is within you already. You just have to uncover it. It's not going to fall from the ceiling. It's not going to come from the sky or the earth. It's something that has already been It's already within you. All you have to do is you have to go deeper within yourself. And I feel the more you go deeper within yourself, the more you will master yourself, the more you will know yourself. And I feel this is very much your destiny. So, you could very much be into yoga, you could very much be into healing modalities like Reiki, or you could read tarot yourself, or do some sort of divination. But isolation and solitude are going to be two very important things on your journey, because it's only in those spaces will you be truly be able to detach from things and not have attachment. Because I feel this may very much be your last life if you wanted to. At least it'll be your last life in this density on earth. So I think the more you take time out for yourself every day, you will be doing yourself a favor. And I want you to know that you have to sort of come back to a place again and again. You will sort of be revisiting, and you will sort of be healing things over and over again. Healing is not linear, and I think you will understand that more than anyone ever. Because you will be sort of called to revisit certain things, and certain things that even you thought you were okay with. And I just truly want you to know that a new start for you is coming. You're going to very much transform here like this beautiful butterfly on the Fool card. So who you are is not who you're going to be, and who you're going to be is not who you are yet. You're still sort of in the cocoon stage. So just embrace being in the cocoon stage, because time is not running out. I feel you probably feel that the time is running out. Let me tell you, it's not. You are exactly where you need to be, and you're learning the exact lessons which are going to be very important for you in the future. So don't try to bypass anything happening right now in your life. Don't try to log off, don't try to disassociate. It's not going to help. And again, keeping in mind delayed gratification. You don't have to be validated at the given time, and you just have to know that everything, all the investments that you're putting in, all the blood, sweat and tears, because I am seeing blood, sweat and tears over here. I feel you've really had to do a lot just to get a little, and that is also going to change, because you're destined for love, you're destined for greatness, you're destined for it all. And you're very much going to get that. So I think what you truly need to do is you just need to enjoy where you are in your current journey, and just take a leap of faith whenever you're asked to, because you're very, very divinely guided. You're very, 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 very divinely guided. And I think you just need to understand this. You need to understand that you cannot make a mistake, even if you try, you know. And I feel you're meant to affect the collective in some way, shape, or form. You could very much have a tarot channel, or you probably will have a tarot channel, or a YouTube channel in the future. You don't have to do tarot necessarily, but whatever. Your voice is meant to be heard. You are important, and you have to see this about yourself. The more you see this about yourself, the more you'll come into alignment with your destiny. And your destiny is not just yours. Like I said, you're going to affect the collective in whatever way you will. But there is going to be a positive ripple effect from your end. And that is a very, very big deal. That is a very big deal. It's a very big deal just to not complain and suck it up and take ownership of your life. And you're doing amazing. So you just need to keep going down this road, and no conflict is beyond you. No, every challenge, see it as an opportunity for you to grow and learn, and just to exercise your own strength and will, and just realize how powerful you are. We wouldn't get a Superman if Superman didn't have to beat up a lot of people in the journey, right? So you need to understand that you will have street corner goons who need to be beat up. You're going to have haters, because you are ascending at a very rapid rate, and when that happens, not everyone will be for that. A lot of people, at least in the given lifetime that they will never change. And you're changing so much. You probably change every day. Like I'm getting that Alice line in my mind where she tells the caterpillar that I remember who I was when I woke up this morning, but I must have been changed several times since. And I feel that is something that is very much happening with you. Your own personal identity, your own personal locus is shifting all the time. And that can be very difficult, but you need to understand that the very fact that you're okay with that, it should just help you understand your own strength and your own power. You're definitely destined here for greatness. So don't worry about money. Don't get yourself bogged down by the mundane. Money and stability is not going to be a problem for you, even if it is a problem for you right now. So I think you really just need to embrace, and you need to let God in. You need to let your angels in. You have to ask for help. They will not help you unless you ask for it. And you will never be lost, and you will never make a mistake because you're so divinely guided, and you have to know this. Your destined path is so close to the source. You're so close to God, you know that there's no way you can go wrong. Pile number 3, and you really, 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 really need to know that over here. Sure, the progress you may make, it may be relatively slow. You may feel things are not taking off, but just know that what you're creating is meant to stand against any storm, and it will stand against any storm. You're not just going to be withered away by like a cyclone or a tsunami, even. You know, you're meant to create something that is unmovable. Your legacy is going to be unshakable. No one can tarnish your legacy. So even if you have people with a target on your back, take that as flattery. Take that as, being the it girl, being the it boy. You know, no one is going to be jealous and hateful towards someone ordinary. People are only going to be hateful and jealous towards very special people, right? And you are very, very special, whether you see this about yourself or not. And you need to see this about yourself because everyone around you can see it. People are so threatened by just your potential. So need I say more? You just have to value yourself a little more every day, and again hold that space within yourself. And I feel introspection is going to be very, very important. And let me tell you, boundaries are going to be very, very important on your spiritual path and your destiny path, because people who are meant to be in your life will always be there, and people will understand when you take time out for yourself. They will not think that you are selfish, because you need that alone time. It is very important for your soul's growth. So please give yourself at least 5-10 minutes every day in solitude. At least 5-10 minutes. Shuffle some oracle. Anything I missed here? Okay. So these two cards jumped. We have our ancient future beyond the mind, and we have gracious receptivity. Our ancient future. An ancient remembering is emerging. Seed crystals and the knowledge that they are imbued with are becoming unearthed. Those who see a better future are not just dreaming, their hearts and minds are hearkening to the core of earth based traditions to bring through knowledge that will help shift this paradigm into balance. This card is imbued with activations, and you are being showered with blessings in a preparation for a transformation. It may be turbulent at times, but you will grow and heal through the coming journey. You can navigate a situation you have no experience by being truly present. Integrity and intuition will guide you. So, like I said, you can never go wrong. Your intuition is very active, and I feel like third eye is going to get more active, and you're going to get more activations. And, this card spoke of transformation. So, like I said, you're going to transform a lot. A lot. And I know it's a lot. You sort of just want to settle even with yourself. But it is happening for a greater reason. You truly need to understand that you're going through so many transformations for a deeper reason. And I feel this will be made more clear to you as you walk further along the road. We have Beyond the Mind, which reads, the mind moves us through logistics of life so we can function in the world. However, endless mental chatter, self-doubt, limiting stories, and subconscious programs can keep us in suffering. Step outside mind-based limitations. Looking at things in an overly logical way will hinder you and obstruct access to your superpowers. The past may be running you and making your mind spin, so you cannot see what is truly in front of you. Consider what your heart and your guts are truly trying to tell you. What would the situation at hand feel like if you release all fears and worries? Are these concerns even yours? So, you may be an empath, and a lot of people will mirror their problems onto you just because you shine so brightly, but you have to keep shining brightly. That is your purpose, that is your destiny, and you will have people you will trigger. And at times you may be so caught up in things you may not even realize that you're not being so grateful. So you need to get into your abundant mindset, because you're truly abundant. And the more abundant you feel with whatever you have right now, you know, the things will come in faster for you, because like I said, you're meant to have a loving home. You're meant to have a loving partner. You probably come from a family where, the marriages didn't succeed the way they were supposed to, but you're supposed to have a successful marriage, and this is your destiny, pile number 3. So I just want you to understand the very occult and very esoteric underpinnings of your own life, because they're very heavy, and you're very divinely guided, so you cannot make a mistake. So you need to release doubt and fear. You're meant to affect the collective in some way. I'm telling you right now. You know, any final messages? Any final messages? Anything I missed? Okay, so what was I saying? We have abundance. Need I say more? You are already abundant. I'm getting that line from Lana's poem Happy, where she writes, "You joke that I'm rich, and I am, but not how you think." So you truly need to understand how abundant you truly are, you know. And the more you just relish in your own abundance and your own abundant healing energy as an empath, you know, the faster the abundance will come to you. I'm seeing that, you know, you're worried about stability, but stability, money is not even going to be a problem. You need to truly turn your focus and your attention towards things that are very, very important, which is being in touch with divine, because not everyone can be in touch with divine, but you can. You have a very special purpose, and you will not fail. So please remove all these fears and doubts that you have in your mind, because true courage, like I said, is not about not feeling the fear. You feel the fear and you move on regardless. You do what needs to be done regardless, you know. So any other messages? Yeah. So that's all I have for pile number 3s. Again, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. It really helps the channel grow, and it helps people who truly need these readings reach them. So please like, share, subscribe, comment. And if you want to reach out for a private reading, you can definitely do that. My email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below. So you can definitely reach out for a private reading, and I'll see you guys in the next reading. Thank you.